My name is Mark, and I'm an overthinker. And it all started in a place very similar to this. But not like this. Because this, this would have been perfect. You see, this is the way I wish my room had looked when I was a kid, because, anyway, yes, because a room like this would have satisfied all my desires. There's some similarities. The pictures of my favorite athletes on the wall and a couple of trophies. But for the most part, no way. First of all, my room was never this clean. Except for 2 days out of every month. The day the cleaning lady came, and the day before the cleaning lady came. My mother invariably would screech out, "Mark, run upstairs and clean your room. The maid's coming tomorrow." Still doesn't make sense to me. And the weird thing was, I never understood how my room got to be so filthy. I mean, I'll admit it, it was never clean, but out of nowhere it would go from looking, well, respectable to downright unlivable. At least that's the way my parents used to put it. And for the most part, they were right. I mean, suddenly my bed wouldn't be made and clothes would be covering the floor. Especially socks. I don't know what the deal was with socks, but they were everywhere. Hanging off lamps and off curtains and strewn all over the place. It was a virtual Hanes factory is pretty much what it was. And I got to admit, up to this point, I have no explanation as to where those socks came from. Other than, alright, this is going to sound a little far-fetched, but you know how people are always complaining about losing a sock every time they do their laundry? Well, I think through some weird phenomenon, through some Twilight Zone thing, those socks have been going from your dryers to my floor. Well, it's just a theory. Oh, and by the way, I still have those socks, so if you need them. See, now here's another difference. I never, ever would add a picture like this around in my room. Of course, back then it wasn't Pamela. It was Linda Carter. Or Cheryl Teagues. Or Farrah. Oh, God, Farrah. Yeah, I know. Every guy my age had a crush on Farrah back then, but for me, Farrah reshaped my very existence. She was actually responsible for you and me being here tonight. I was 10 years old at the time. One day I go out to grab the mail, and inside the mailbox is Time magazine, who had dedicated their cover that week to none other than Charlie's Angels. Well, I stood at that mailbox for 15 minutes straight, totally engrossed in what seemed to be an eternity of cleavage. See, once I brought the magazine inside, I didn't even bat an eye at it because, well, I was very shy around girls back then. And to look at it in front of my family members would have been way too embarrassing. So I waited. 2 weeks. 2 more issues of Time came, and I figured, all right, now I'm safe. So I find the magazine, I bring it up to my room. And as I'm looking through it, I find this one particular picture of Farrah. She's riding on a skateboard, butt pushed out, feathered hair blowing in the wind, that gorgeous smile of hers. And I was mesmerized. So I cut the picture out, and I put it underneath my mattress. And then every night before I go to bed, I'd take out that picture, and I'd give Farrah the best kiss from a 10-year-old she ever had. Then I put the picture back underneath my mattress, and I wait for the next night. Well, one evening, I'm in bed, already having gone through the festivities, when my older brother enters the room. I figured he's there to say goodnight, tell me something important, I don't know. As he reaches the edge of my bed, he lifts up the mattress and he pulls out Farrah, knowing he was there all along. And then he let out this tremendous laugh. He tossed the picture my way and walked out without another word to say. Now, hey, that's what older brothers do, right? I mean, that's pretty much their job. So I'm not bitter about that. But do understand that that day was very significant for me. Because that was the day I went further into my head. That was the day I became more cerebral. Because there it was safe. I mean, there I had comfort. There I could explore. Where the wild things are, shoot, Max had nothing on me. And since then, all I've needed was an empty bedroom. A little quiet in my brain to explore almost every crevice of my imagination. I have seen my most fantastic fantasies. And I've also felt my most horrid fears. I've sat on the edge of a bed and watched the walls disappear from around me. And suddenly I'm visiting a strange place that doesn't even exist, or talking with new friends, or just becoming somebody entirely different. I've analyzed, I've overanalyzed, I've made words mean something else, and I've seen life from admittedly a very odd angle. And it's all because of that picture. I mean, it is because of Farrah that I'll drive down the street, see a sign for the Braille Institute, and ask, who's that sign for? It's because of Farrah that I'll toss and turn at night wondering, why in the world is there such a place as the Simi Valley Cultural Center? And who goes there? And what do they serve Funyuns and Pabst Blue Ribbon as appetizers and have discussion groups on Porky's 1 and 2? It's because of Farrah that I live my fears and fantasies inside my head, where the frightened human and the joyous human and even the inhuman all wait to have a seat on the roller coaster that's my mind. Yet I don't know who's going to ride next, nor do I know when the ride's going to start or when it'll stop. I just don't know. So welcome to my world. Welcome to my empty bedroom. That in all actuality isn't so empty after all. My name is Mark, and yeah, I'm an overthinker. And it's all because of Farrah.